Good day, everybody. And once again, grade 10s, we are looking at the product of binomials. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you're part of the family. And please just leave us a nice comment, like, and subscribe. So, the last video that we made, we were looking at the product of binomials. And we said, whenever we've got binomials, remember, we went through the process of using the FOIL method. Said, suppose that we've got something like 2a squared. In fact, that's the last example that we looked at. So 2a squared minus 3 and 5a squared plus 1. Right, so what do? We apply the FOIL method there. We said we first multiply the first ones, right, the first terms. So 2a squared multiplied by 5a squared, that will give us 10a to the exponent of 4. Now remember that when we multiply, in this case, the exponents, or rather the exponents with the same base, right, we add the exponents, right? So in this case, that's 10a to the power 4. And then we said, then we multiply. Okay, so that's the second one, right? So in this case, 2a squared multiplied by 1, that will give us 2a squared. Right, and we are done. We're looking at the inner terms. Negative 3 multiplied by 5a squared will give us negative 15a squared. And finally, we'll look at the last terms, right? So we're going to say negative 3 multiplied by 1, which will give us negative 3. Right, so we said then we look for like terms, so that means that this is a separate term, or rather there are no like terms with a power of 4 or an exponent of 4. And then these are like terms, and we can add or subtract them from each other. Right, look at this, the signs are different, so that means that we're going to subtract and take the sign of the bigger number, right? So in this case, that's minus 15a squared plus 2a squared. That will give us minus 13. Notice that I am subtracting the two numbers from each other because we've got different signs, right? But I'm taking the sign of the bigger term, right? So in this case, that would be minus 3 because this has no other like term. So we get, in this case, a trinomial. Right, now, what happens when we are going to take, the product with a fraction? Please, let's have a look at that quickly. Right, so let's take a trinomial. Let's say we're going to have x plus 1 over 2 multiplied by x minus 1 over 4. All right, now let's have a look at this. So, in fact, let me just make that a plus. Right, so how are we going to find the product there? So, using our FOIL method, that's x times x, that will be x squared. That will be x multiplied by 1 over 4. That will give us 1 over 4x. And 1 over 2 multiplied by x, that will give us 1 over 2x. And finally, we've got 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 4. Now remember, with fractions, we are going to take 1 over 2. So it's 1 multiplied by 1, which is the numerators, that's going to be 1. And 2 multiplied by 4, that will give us 8. So that is how we take on multiplication. Now, you can see that we can actually drop down these terms because there are no other like terms to those, right? We've got no other x squared term, right? So we're going to drop that down. However, I've got a like term. These two are actually like terms. So how are we going to add them together? Now, when it comes to the addition of fractions, ladies and gents, I want you to always remember the rules that we are going to apply here, right? So when we are adding fractions, so if I take 1 over 4 plus 1 over 2, so what we do is that we always find, in this case, the lowest common denominator, right? LCD. So meaning that I am going to find a number that is divisible by both of my denominators there, right? And in this case, what would that number be, right? What number is divisible by both 4 and 2? Well, definitely 4, right? And so what happens in this case? So I always say, well, 4 divided by the denominator, 4 divided by 4 will give me 1, right? And then I'll multiply that quotient by the numerator. So 4 divided by 4 will give me 1, multiplied by 1, that gives me 1. But if I say 4 divided by 2, right, what will I get as a quotient? I'll get 2. So 2 multiplied by 1, that will give me 2. And so I have changed absolutely nothing. In this case, that will give me 1 plus 2, that will give me 3 divided by 4. Of course, you can always add this using your calculator, but it's always important for you to know how to do these from first principles, right? So we are going to have 3 over 4, but remember this has an x in it. So that is going to be plus 1 over 8. And that is how our trinomial will look like. All right, so let's take another one just for control, right? So if I've got 1 over 2 x plus 1 over 3 y, okay, and I multiply this by 1 over 3x, 1 over 3x minus 1 over 2y. Right, so let's quickly have a look at it. So if we multiply, right, numerator to numerator, so 1 times 1 will give me 1, okay, and I multiply 2 times 3, that will give me 6. So that will be 1 over 6 x squared, right? I do the same as well. 1 times 1 will give me, right, now note it's a positive multiplied by negative, so meaning this term will be negative. So that's negative 1, okay, over, that's 2 times 2, that will give me 4 x y. So note we've got variables there, x and y, so we can multiply them together. And what about the next one? Well, then we look at this times that, that's going to be plus, because both of the terms are negative, are positive rather. So 1 times 1 will give me 1, and 3 times 3 will give me 9. So that will be 1 over 9 xy, okay? So y times x, and that will be, finally, that's a positive times a negative, so this guy is positive and this guy is negative, so we know that our product will definitely be negative. So 1 times 1 on the numerator, that will give me 1, and our denominator, that's 3 times 2, that will give me 6, and in this case that will be y squared. So again, we are going to reduce this into a trinomial, right, by taking the sum of like terms. So we know we've got no other x squared term, that's going to be 1 over 6 x squared. And now, once again, ladies and gents, right, I want us to note, okay, I'm going to write these fractions. So I've got minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 9. Now, what is our LCD? What is a common number that is divisible by both 4 and 9? So sometimes if we've got two numbers that are not multiples of each other, what we can do is that we can take the product of the two. So if I say 9 multiplied by 4, that gives me 36, right? So I can say, well, which means we can take 36. Now, please note, in this case, we say LCD divided by the denominator, right? So 36 divided by 4, right? Okay, so that's 36 divided by 4, right? That will give me 9, okay? And I say multiplied by negative 1. So that will give me minus 9 plus 36 divided by 9. That gives me 4. And multiply that by 1. That will give me 4. So what do I eventually have? I've got minus 9 plus 4, which will give me negative 5 over 36. So that will give me negative 5 over 36 xy, and that's minus 1 over 6 y squared. Now, ladies and gents, it's always important for you to do this right. I've seen some people apply a principle that is not necessarily sustainable, in a sense that once I have more than 2 fractions, that normally doesn't work. I've seen someone do the following. So minus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 9. Now, this can only work if you've got 2 fractions, okay? So what they did was to just cross multiply 9 multiplied by 1. That gives us minus 9, and plus 4 times 1, they'll say plus 4 divided by the product of these. Now, ladies and gents, whilst this one may work for now, the problem comes in when you've got more than 1 fraction, more than 2 fractions that you have to add together. So this method may not necessarily work all the time, but it can work some of the time. That is if you've got 2 fractions. However, the one that I've just shown you actually works all the time. So finally, what do we have as our final answer? That's 1 over 6x squared minus 5 over 36 xy minus 1 over 6 y squared. And so I'd love for you to try out the last one on your own. Okay, right. So I'm trying to erase here. I'd love for you to try this one on your own, and please let me know what your final answer will be. Okay, plus, in fact, let me say minus 1 over 3b. Right, so in the comment section, please let me know what is your final answer there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Sharp, sharp.